Hey, welcome to this video. Something I thought I would never do, or at least hope that I'd never do. I've seen things like this on YouTube, on other channels, copyright issues, worse things where people have to go through these things and have things taken down, ruined, whatever you want to call it. And it's hung over my head for years that something could happen. Somebody could be disgruntled and not approve of something that I've done. But here we are. So I'm here to explain what happened and what I feel that what I'm going to do about it in moving forward. So first of all, what happened? Okay, so Easter weekend, I'm ready to come home and enjoy a long weekend with my family. It was, short week, but a long week, right? A lot of stuff happened, and then I go on my YouTube to see what's up, and I have a copyright strike against me. The 5150 tour video, the deconstruction video where I talk about the MTV video, got taken down. I can't do anything about it. I can't put it back up. It's down. It's out of my control. By Neil Zlozauer, photographer, very well known photographer. Apparently I used a photo in that video. I don't even know which one. I don't even know what point of the video he was not happy about or felt that it was a copyright issue. Obviously it was a photo that I used of his. I don't have anything from YouTube saying at this point of the video. I can't even watch the video on YouTube, I don't think anyways. I have the video in my computer I go back and watch. I haven't bothered to yet. This really worried me quite a bit, obviously, because what I do in all my videos is use photographs and I analyze them and I dissect them and I pull them apart and I superimpose. I mean, everybody knows what I do. I've used his photos in multiple videos. I don't even know exactly. I use other people's photos. I mean, these are historical artifacts to help document this time period. So this is what I'm going to use. If I get 3 strikes against me on YouTube, which means 3 videos taken down, my channel will cease to exist. 16 years of my guitar building efforts that I've put up, things that I felt worthy that would make an interesting video, would all disappear. And some of these videos I don't even have in my computer anymore. Like, they're old. But I keep them on YouTube because I think it's an interesting story, because you can see my very start of YouTube right to now and see the road I've gone down, the pathway that I've taken. And I think it's interesting. I instantly thought, oh my God, if he saw one video and saw a photograph, he could see 10 videos and take them down and everything would be gone. So to protect the other videos, I went through and I put everything on private that I thought might be an issue, which means that only I can see them, or I can share a link, I think, if somebody wants to see it, which I'm not about to do right now. So for all intents and purposes, these are, nobody can see these videos. And can I edit them? Sure, I can. How? I don't know. I mean, you're talking about a lot of videos to go through, to edit, to take things out, to change things. Do I want to do it? I'm not really sure. Do I want to? I'm not the kind of person that really wants to jump through a whole bunch of fucking hoops because somebody decided to get grumpy. As I said in my Instagram post, it's all fun until it isn't, and then somebody comes along and ruins it for everybody. Trying to stick to my little plan here. So anyways, I've always felt that I'm like the poster child of the fair use law. And what that means, it's a specific law that you can use copyrighted material if you are discussing it you can make fun of it as a parody, you can just talk about it, or in an educational way. And that is exactly what I do. I use these photos to explain history about Eddie's guitars. And I think I've done it in a very interesting and a different way. And I've found that I'm actually pretty good at doing this, and people have told me this countless times over and over. I enjoy doing it. It's fun, and I feel that what I do is has a purpose to this whole community. And I've said this many times in videos and in other videos, live stuff and everything, that I am very proud to be part of this VH community. And I appreciate everything that everybody else has done and contributed. This is hard for me to really sit here and blabber on without sounding like I'm really pissed off. Okay, so the fair use law. Yeah, I can use this material without permission because of these reasons, the educational part, the discussion part. I am not taking his images and printing them on a t-shirt and selling them in a truck somewhere, on the highway, making $500 or something. I'm not taking his image and destroying something that he's created. And like a lot of people have commented to me, I've had so many messages from people, and everybody seems to be in a big agreement that people like him are relevant because of people like us who research this and push the EVH legend forward and keep it alive. And I've always felt that people like him know this and understand this. They've spent their entire life understanding this law. It's their business. It's their livelihood. Other people that have contributed to my videos, as far as I'll say amateur photographers, people that took a lot of photos at the Met. Some of them are professional photographers, some not. I reached out to as many people as I possibly could to ask permission, because there's a situation where people don't understand that law. They'll lose their shit if all of a sudden they see their photo. But if you ask them first, sometimes they're just nice. Yes, of course you can use my photo. And they reach out. Sometimes they even give me more photos or access to better, higher resolution photos that they've taken. When it comes to professional photographers, I assume they understand this part. They understand what I'm doing. And in his case, Neil's case, me and thousands of other people are only making him relevant. He wouldn't have people to sell books to if it weren't for people like me and thousands of others that are pushing this thing forward every single day. That's what gets me, and that's what a lot of people have commented and messaged me about. Like, I can't believe he did this. Why? Somebody even said he's biting the hand that feeds him. I wouldn't go as far to say that he needs me personally, but he needs that community. And I'm blown away by how many people this has actually upset. People I don't want to even get into it. I want to talk about a situation that happened a few years ago that really it explains what it is I'm talking about here. Beau Shannon, he took a photo in 1977 of the bare body Frankenstrat. Donnie Ward posted. Donnie Ward found them, as far as I know. He's the one that found these photos, digging through. He's another researcher. If you don't know his name, he posted them on Facebook, and I saw them. At the time, I was working on the bare body Frankenstrat video. I was blown away by these photos. These are the photos I needed. I only had one photo, the one that came out in 2014, the blurry photo, and we didn't even really. Some people were like, "That's not even Eddie." I knew it was Eddie. I knew it was the Frankenstrat body, but I had to prove it. And I did. I made this whole video. Then these photos came on. I'm like, Jesus, I need these photos. This would make a great video. I used them, and that video was out for almost a year. And then Chris Gill from Guitar World, who's doing, he co-author of Conversations with Eddie Van Halen, was writing the origins of the Frankenstein guitar for Guitar World magazine, found my video, got in touch with me, and we talked for a couple of weeks back and forth texting, and did you know about this? Did you know about that? He gave me information, I gave him information, and I think it's a groundbreaking article. And part of that article was that Beau Shannon photo. It had never been, to my knowledge at least, in any magazine. In fact, I think the only place that at that time that it could be seen was Donnie Ward's post and my video. This groundbreaking photo is now out there and people know about it. Beau Shannon sent me a photo without the watermark. He says, maybe you'll be interested. Maybe you'll be interested in this and want to use it. He didn't freak out that I was, he understood that his work was getting to the people that really appreciate it. For all I know, he probably thought, yeah, photos of Eddie, but he's playing solo guitar. It's not the striped one, so these photos are unimportant. And then all of a sudden, 40 years later, he finds out that these are massively important, and it's out to where it needs to be appreciated. This is a perfect example of what people like me are doing. We are pushing this forward. Another bunch of people that I can mention, right? Chip Kinman, I talked about him in a video. He came to me and said, this is so great, you're talking about me, it's so cool. I said, I want to interview you. Absolutely. We sat and we talked about his entire career, and he was more than happy. And, that's what this whole world is now. 2023, it's not copyright infringement, it's helping each other, it's pushing things forward. Tim Hart's helmets, I wouldn't have known about that unless one of my followers watched a video and sent me that information. I was like, this is fantastic. And I gave that guy credit. And right now, his name is I forget his name, it slipped my mind. But, he gave me that information. I gave him total credit, and I do it all the time. It's not something like I try to get away with. Okay, monetizing. Yeah, those videos are monetized, which means I make money off of the videos. If anybody has a channel, they can look at my views and know exactly or ballpark figure how much I make from my YouTube channel. I'm not quitting my day job anytime soon. And I'll tell you, if I put all the hours in that I did making all those videos, and I went to put those hours in working at McDonald's, I'd have a freaking Ferrari sitting in the driveway. I'm making pennies to the dollar on anything I do. It doesn't cover anything. In fact, whatever I make, the tax guy comes along and rips half of it out of my hand. So, I'm not making a ton of cash on Eddie's name. I was accused in a comment once. Somebody said, I'm sick of people making money off of Eddie's name. That's not what I'm doing. If you could see the amount of comments that I've gotten from people that say, watch my videos, and they'd be like, I could never build a guitar. I never thought I could build a guitar. After watching your videos, I bought a neck and body, and I bought the parts, and now I'm going to build a Frankie. I always wanted one. This is the kind of reaction I get from people. I'm not stealing from anybody. I am not a thief. In fact, I'm doing the exact opposite. Moving forward in this. Wow. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Right at this moment, anyway. I shouldn't say I don't know what to do. There's so many options, really. And for the last few years, I've really been thinking about how I can take all of this to another level. People are telling me, you should write a book. You should do this. You should do that. I've thought about probably anything that you've probably thought about as far as what I can do to push this forward. And that's the next step, is pushing this forward. And I think maybe this is a perfect example that tells me that YouTube is not a place for this, that there's somewhere else that I could put this, somewhere else that can be a place where I can continue my research and explain what it is that I'm doing and what's in these photos. One thing about photos, I'm using the photos, but one thing that I'm doing is I'm explaining the photo and putting a story to the photo. It's now relevant. And this 5150 video, when I first put it up, I thought, I don't know, am I pushing the boundaries of the copyright? And not because I used Neil's photos. It was because I used screenshots from the MTV video. And I thought maybe they might not like that. But then I stopped and I thought, all I'm doing is making people go back to that video to watch it again. And in my video, I put a link at the end. And I always put links in my description. Some of my videos have over 30 links to the information that I've used to make that video. In fact, Neil, I've linked you in all my VH videos. Every single one of them. I link as many people as I possibly can. It's the easiest thing that I can do. So I've actually directed people back to him. Anyways, moving on, I was talking about. There's stuff I can do. I can move on. I can do that. I'm not going to stop doing this. I'm not going to stop building guitars. I'm not going to stop doing research on Eddie's guitars, or I'm not going to stop building my Frankie. I'm not going to stop anything. But where I show it and how I show it is definitely obviously going to change. I will do videos on YouTube. There's a lot of builds that I want to do this year that are non-Van Halen related, so there'd be no issue about using photos from somebody like that. I could edit his photos out, but somebody else could come along and go, oh, you're using my photo. So this is always over my head. So this is things I have to work out, things that I have to figure out. But I'm not going away, so don't worry. There's going to always be something from me somewhere, and I will definitely let everybody know when and where that is. All right, I think I'm finished here ranting and raving. I hope you don't think I was angry about this. I'm pissed, actually. I think stuff like this is disgusting. He doesn't understand how things work in 2022 or 2023. I think I've pretty much driven home how I feel right now. It's only been a couple days, and things are uncertain. Things are going to move forward. I've talked to a lot of people. I've gotten an incredible amount of support from people, these friends that I've made over the years, and these guys aren't going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. So, thank you, actually, to everybody that has reached out to me and supported me, because I do appreciate every single comment that I got and that I will get. It means a lot to me, and all the way through the years, comments have helped drive what I do. You could say, well, he got money from YouTube. No, it's the community, it's the people. If there was no interest for this, I wouldn't be doing it for you guys. I'd be doing it for me. I'd just have all this information here, and I wouldn't know what to do with it. Except build guitars. I'd have a Frankie, and I'd be like, yeah, it looks pretty cool. But nobody would see it. So it's great that people are interested, and there's a place, this community. So anyway, I try to explain everything the way I see it, my side of it. There's two sides to every story, and the truth is somewhere in between. So I'd be very interested to know what Neil Zlozauer thinks personally about this. So maybe I may reach out, or try to, or maybe you could reach out to him, maybe whatever. I would love to resolve this in a positive way, and so that everybody's happy, obviously. So anyways, thanks for watching. There will be more stuff coming up on my channel. I was going to do an update video, why I've been silent for 3 months. If anybody follows my other social media, my non-guitar related stuff, they would see that I'm heavily into a home renovation project, which I've directed all my attention to. So anyways, all right, thank you. Have a great Easter weekend, everybody. By the time you see this, it'll be over. I'm doing it. Anyways, all right. Thanks. Fuck. Keep in touch. I will post things whenever I possibly can. Thank you.